Jumping right into it, this is video 2 of Goose's first cinch up, saddling, weight in the stirrups, preparing her for a rider, blah, 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 blah. So first thing I do is I just ask the horse to move around. I choose to lead him around instead of just sending him out, because then that way I can control them. If they get worried about something, I can easily reassure them. I could give them some pets and, tell them how great they're doing from right there. The first thing after she moves around, she's still tight, but she's doing really good. She's a rock star. So I'm going to move the stirrups around, and this is the little teaser that I showed, but I'm going to flop them. I don't necessarily be like super quiet about it, but I'm going to try my best to stay with her when she moves. I want her to see what's going on. I don't want to be sneaky about it. But you want to keep moving whatever is worrying her until she stops. And then once she stops, you stop applying the pressure of whatever is worrying her. And sometimes little things like that happen where you can't always stay right with them, but I choose to spin them around, get them looking at me. They can't kick me when they're looking at me, type of deal. You try to stay with them, but not get drug or hurt. Stay on your feet. And then just a little bit of reassurance, and I'm just going to go right back into what we were doing. I'm not going to be worried or scared because she had a reaction. That's 100% normal. And, some people just send their horses out and lunge them right afterwards, so then the horse gets used to that stirrup flopping and all that funness. I'm just in control of the flopping. But it doesn't take a whole lot for her to settle down, but I don't want to just stop because she didn't react for the 2 seconds. I want to make sure that her reaction, her non-reaction is solid, not just because I didn't put the pressure on her for longer. Again, staying with her, trying to stay like at her front shoulders. That way, if she goes to spin, she's not spinning and kicking at me. Those little groundwork exercises we did in the first video, because this is video number 2, help her want to keep her hips disengaged instead of coming at me. And again, she's doing really good. She's nervous. She's taking it all in. This is just her reaction process for new things or anything that might worry her. And this is one of the things I always do is I start putting my weight in just with my hand, get her used to those bounces like you're getting on your horse. All the little steps that we do will make it to when we go to get on her. She's already used to all these new sensations and feelings. She's used to the saddle rocking on her a little bit. And again, what you do on one side, you must do on the other side. So we're going to go back and forth, getting her used to me on each side of her body, doing the same thing on each stirrup. So I try to make sure I cover all the emotions and sensations that might happen when you're getting on your horse. I put the weight in the stirrups, rock the saddle, jump up and down for, getting your momentum to swing up on your horse. Just going and standing at the side, grabbing your stirrup and twisting your stirrup out, if that's how you get on your horse. All those little things are the type of things that I want her to be comfortable with before I'm going to get on her. So I'll just practice all of those motions, and just like I do with every other horse, as our ground lesson for preparing her for what's going to be the next thing that happens after the saddle's on. And again, the jumping, they get kind of nervous with the jumping, but that's important to do, and lots of reassurance. If I see she's getting super tight, I'll just give her extra reassurance that everything is okay, that it's not a big deal. So if she gets nervous and she wants to move, I'm not going to try to stop her from moving. I'm just going to try to stay with her. And then once she stops, then I will stop. So part of the success that you have with your horse or colt that you're working with is your confidence. If you don't have the confidence of the leader to the horse is going to test you a little bit more, and the horse is going to maybe not want to follow you if you are not acting like, hey, I'm confident in what we're doing and these are the right steps, and you just don't need to worry about it, because if you just trust me and follow my lead, nothing bad is going to happen. Some people get nervous when they're working with colts because of a colt's reaction, but you have to not worry about that. You can't have that worry in the back of your head, because your horse is going to sense it. You need to be their confident leader. So before you put your foot in, you can do a knee into the stirrup, all just little baby steps and preparing for the big first ride. And I do have Creaker and Betty tied up in the background from their lesson that they did prior to hers. And sometimes it can be a distraction. She doesn't really seem to be paying that much attention to them, but it also can be a confidence booster. If a horse gets nervous by themselves, you can have another horse nearby just so they're like, oh, well, nothing bad's gonna happen. Look at Billy Bob's just standing there tied up half asleep. I talk about confidence a lot, but confidence is very, very important for you and your horse. I'm really happy with how Goose is taking everything in, but she wanted the attention. She wanted to be in the pen today. So Goose's lesson today was about 20 minutes in total, maybe 25. I probably could have gone longer if I wanted to, but I didn't want to push it too much to where the next time I did something with her, she didn't want to because I pushed her too far. I figured getting to where I could put weight in the stirrup and kind of get my head above hers, like in the stirrup, was pretty darn good for her first cinch up. And so we'll just keep working on building off of what we did today. So a little bit about Goose. I want to say she's from Salt Wells, HMA in Wyoming. I could be totally wrong. I'll have to check that one. She's probably close to like 10 years old now, so she's not reactive like a baby. She's a little more set in her ways. But she's still totally 100% trainable. Age is, in my experience, the age doesn't matter. We've broken colts that were 10 years old, and they turned into great ranch horses. And she may not have, be as athletic as something that started as 2, but, she's a Mustang, so she's pretty darn athletic when she needs to be. I do think waiting till she was a lot more trusting was beneficial to her, because she had a lot of fight in her for people that she didn't trust. And I'm pretty confident that she's gonna turn out to be a pretty nice horse. I do think that she'll be rideable soon. I think the hardest part is gonna be her feet, because she does have a lot of distrust with her feet being handled. When she was returned to me, she was returned with fresh, looked like rope burns on her back legs. So she's a little bit different than some of my other Mustangs, because she's had another person handle her, so she's got a little bit more fear in her handling than the other horses do.